Welcome back to Rare Coin Archive, where your spare change might just be a hidden fortune. Imagine this: a single 50-cent coin, just one little piece of South African currency, selling for over $10,000. That's right, a coin that many of us would casually toss into our pockets or leave buried in a drawer is now considered one of the most coveted rarities in the world of African numismatics. But what makes the 1988 South Africa 50-center coin so special? Why are collectors scrambling for this seemingly ordinary coin? And, just maybe, could you have one of these hidden away in an old jar? Stay with us, because this is more than just a coin story. It's the discovery of a lifetime, and it could change your financial future. Let's rewind the clock a little. Back in the 1980s, the South African 50-cent coin was a familiar sight. It was a workhorse of everyday transactions, used for bus rides, small purchases, and perhaps tucked away in the backs of wallets or forgotten on countertops. By the time 1988 rolled around, these coins were being minted in high volumes, used in circulation across the country. Little did anyone know, however, that tucked away in those same stacks of routine change were a select few coins that would go on to fetch prices in the tens of thousands. And this is where the story of the 1988 South Africa 50-center coin gets exciting. At first glance, it looks just like any other coin in your pocket. Reverse side: the iconic South African coat of arms, flanked by the country's name in both English and Afrikaans. Simple, clean, and familiar. Obverse side: the denomination and year of issue, rounded off by the classic design that many of us recognize. But here's the twist: there's something special hiding beneath the surface, and it all starts with a mint error. You see, while most 1988 50-cent coins were struck without issue, a rare few were struck on the wrong metal planchet, the disc that the coin is minted onto. Instead of the usual cupronickel, the typical metal used for the coin, these specific coins were struck on a different type of metal entirely, possibly nickel or aluminum bronze. This was a massive mistake on the part of the mint, but for collectors it was a dream come true. Why does this matter so much? When a coin is struck on the wrong metal, it becomes a mint error, and mint errors are gold mines for numismatists. A coin with a mismatched metal can be worth many times more than the same coin made with the intended material. For the 1988 South Africa 50-center, this error created a collectible so rare, it sent shockwaves through the numismatic community. But that's not all. The magic of this coin doesn't end with the metal mistake. There's another error that can elevate its value even further: the double die error. This happens when the dies used to strike the coin become misaligned, causing the design on the coin to appear doubled or blurred. This is incredibly rare, and when it occurs, the resulting coin becomes one of the most desirable collectibles on the planet. Imagine the sheer excitement of spotting one of these coins in your collection. It's like finding a treasure chest buried in your pocket change. Now, let's talk about condition. Just as important as the error itself is the state of the coin. In order to reach that lofty price of $10,000, the coin needs to be in pristine condition. We're talking about a coin that is graded MS66 or higher, which means it's nearly flawless, no scratches, no wear, no discoloration. For a coin that was originally used as everyday currency, finding one in such mint condition is a rare stroke of luck. But that's exactly what happened with the coin that recently sold for $10,000. It had the rare mint errors, but it was also in such impeccable shape that it could have been freshly minted yesterday. And here's the kicker: when coins like this sell for astronomical sums, counterfeits and fakes are never far behind. So how do you make sure you're not being duped into buying a replica instead of a rare treasure? Let's arm you with a few quick tips to help you spot a fake coin before you make a costly mistake. Weigh it. A normal 1988 South Africa 50-center coin weighs about 5.7 grams. If it's lighter or heavier than that, it's time to be suspicious. The magnet test. Real South African 50-cent coins are not magnetic. If your coin sticks to a magnet, it's either a fake or made from the wrong material entirely. Look at the details. Inspect the design closely. Genuine coins have sharp, clean lines, and the engraving should be crisp. Counterfeits often look blurry, uneven, or poorly struck. Check the color. Authentic coins have a warm, silvery hue due to their cupronickel composition. If your coin is unusually shiny, silver, or gold in appearance, it could be a planchet error or just a replica. Examine the edge. Real coins usually have a smooth, consistent edge. Fake coins may show signs of bubbling, seams, or other irregularities. If your coin passes all of these tests, congratulations, it might just be the real deal. But before you start counting your newfound wealth, make sure to get it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to confirm its rarity and condition. So why 1988? Why not 1987 or 1989? The answer lies in South Africa's transitional minting period. The late 1980s were a time of change for the country's currency system. Due to rising costs and inflation, South Africa was beginning to phase out smaller denominations and experiment with new materials for coins. Transitional years like 1988 often lead to minting errors, repurposed dies, and other inconsistencies, all the perfect ingredients for rare coins to appear. This is why 1988 is particularly prized among collectors. But don't sleep on 1987 and 1989. Some collectors have also found similar errors in these years as well. While these are less common than 1988 errors, they're still worth keeping an eye out for. In fact, one lucky collector in Johannesburg recently unearthed a rare 1988 50-cent coin tucked away in an old drawer. It had an odd, almost silver tone, unlike anything they had seen before. After months of research and verification, that single coin sold at auction for over $10,000. Imagine the thrill of discovering that hidden treasure in your own home. A coin, overlooked for decades, just waiting for the right person to recognize its true value. Pro tip: it's always a good idea to check old piggy banks, coin jars, and change containers for these types of rare finds. Coins that seem inconsequential now might just be valuable pieces of history waiting for the right collector to discover them. So, there you have it, the 1988 South Africa 50-center coin. A seemingly ordinary coin with a fascinating story of mint errors, rare metal mismatches, and incredible value. Who knew that something as small as a 50-cent piece could change your life? Whether you find one in your own collection or spot it at an auction, remember, no coin is too small to be valuable. If you learned something new today, don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss out on the next hidden treasure. Got a rare coin story of your own? Share it in the comments. We'd love to feature it in a future video. Until next time, stay curious, keep collecting, and remember, one coin can change everything. Welcome back to Rare Coin Archive, where ordinary coins become extraordinary treasures. Now imagine this, a tiny, copper-colored coin from South Africa, just 5 cents in face value, recently sold for a shocking $9,500. You heard that right? A coin you wouldn't give a second glance, now one of the most coveted African mint errors of the 21st century. Today, we're talking about the 2002 South African 5 cents coin, and trust me, you need to check your collection after this one. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button, tap the bell icon, and stay updated with the rarest coin finds from across the world. This might just be the video that makes you dig into your spare change jar. Let's rewind. South Africa introduced the 5-cent coin in 1961 during its decimal currency rollout. By 2002, the coin had changed material several times for cost and practicality. The 2002 version was made of copper-plated steel, lightweight, 21 millimeters in diameter, and about 4.5 grams. It featured two things: obverse, the newly redesigned coat of arms of South Africa introduced in 2000. Reverse, a striking image of the blue crane, South Africa's national bird, wings slightly raised, mid-stride. Now here's where things get really interesting. In 2022, a South African collector in Durban reported finding a strange-looking 5-cent coin from 2002. It had an unusual silver tone, felt slightly lighter, and looked off under a magnifying glass. After testing, experts confirmed it was struck on the wrong planchet, a disc not meant for this denomination. Add to that a possible double die error, and you're looking at a coin worth thousands. The coin sold privately for $9,500. So let's break it down. What makes this 2002 5 cents coin so valuable? Instead of copper-plated steel, the coin was struck on a nickel or aluminum-based blank, possibly a leftover from a 50-cent piece. This makes it an off-metal error and collectors go wild for those. Using a loupe or magnifying lens, check the letters on Ninjisumu Africa and the crane's feathers. If the design elements look doubled, you may have a double die strike caused by die misalignment. Coins that grade MS65 or higher, meaning no wear, scratches, or discoloration, can fetch massive premiums. The $9,500 coin? It was graded MS66. Near perfection. While over 210 million of these coins were made for circulation, only 3,250 proof coins were struck in 2002. Those are extremely rare and often show up in high-end collections. The 2002 5-cent coin features the first full year of the new South African coat of arms design. Some early 2000s coins were struck during the switch from bronze to steel planchets, a known period of minting anomalies. The blue crane is critically endangered, adding emotional and cultural value to the coin's artwork. Time to grab your magnifying glass and start hunting. Here are 5 quick checks to see if your 2002 coin is the jackpot. Standard weight is 4.5 grams. Off by more than 0.2 g? That's a clue. It should be weakly magnetic. Not magnetic at all? Or strongly magnetic? Could be an error coin. The blue crane and lettering should be sharp. If the design looks doubled or distorted, get it examined. Normal equals warm copper tone. If yours looks silver, gray, or gold, it could be a planchet mismatch. A real coin will have a smooth, even edge. Cast fakes may show seams, bubbles, or tiny air holes. Why not 2001 or 2003? Because 2002 was a transitional year at the mint. New coat of arms, material changes, and die updates meant greater risk for minting errors and greater rewards for collectors. Pro tip, check 2001 and 2003 5-cent coins too. There have been reports of off-center strikes and alloy mismatches in those years as well. One little coin. One overlooked detail. One moment of curiosity. That's all it took for a Durban collector to turn 5 cents into $9,500. So next time you clean out an old drawer, check under your car seat, or sort through piggy bank change, take a closer look. Because sometimes treasure really does come in small, shiny packages. If you found this story valuable, give it a like, subscribe to Rare Coin Archive, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a potential jackpot. Got a rare coin story of your own? Drop it in the comments and you might be featured in a future episode. Until next time, stay curious, keep collecting. And remember, one coin can change everything. Welcome back to Rare Coin Archive, where the coins in your pocket might just pay for your dream vacation or your next car. Buckle up, because today we're diving into a modern-day treasure, the 1995 South African 5 Rand coin, a coin you've probably handled dozens of times, now selling for up to $6,000. That's right, one overlooked coin, one life-changing discovery. But before we reveal why this everyday 5 Rand could be your next big payday, make sure to hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon so you never miss the next rare coin alert. Trust me, you'll want to stay ahead of the collectors. Let's rewind for a second. In 1994, South Africa introduced the 5 Rand coin to replace the paper note. The design was bold, modern, and secure. On the reverse, a powerful black wildebeest in full stride, a stunning design by artist Arthur Sutherland. On the obverse, the classic South African coat of arms bordered by the country's name in English and Afrikaans. But then came 1995, a transitional year. And that's when things got interesting. A small number of 1995 5 Rand coins were struck with serious minting errors, making them ultra-rare and highly valuable. Here's what you need to look for. Some of these coins were accidentally struck on the wrong metal disc or planchet. Instead of the normal nickel-plated copper, a few used different alloys, possibly from other coins or countries. These off-metal strikes are extremely rare and they send collectors into bidding wars. Under magnification, rare specimens show doubled images, most often in the coat of arms, date, or lettering. This is known as a double die error, a favorite among collectors because it proves a mistake in the die-making process. Coins meant for circulation get scratched, scuffed, or worn down. But a few 1995 coins were preserved in mint state condition, graded MS66 or higher. These flawless examples are extremely rare, and that perfect preservation is what pushes value into the thousands of dollars. Put these 3 factors together, wrong planchet, double die, and mint condition, and you have a coin that can sell for $6,000 or more at auction. Think you might have one? Here are 5 quick tests to check your coin before you call the appraiser. A standard 1995 5 Rand should weigh around 9.5 grams. If yours is too light or too heavy, that's a red flag, it was struck on the wrong metal. Use a magnifying glass. Check the date, text, and coat of arms. If they appear slightly doubled, especially at the edges, jackpot. You may have a double die error. High-value coins have no scratches, discoloration, or wear. If yours looks untouched, store it safely and get it graded. Real coins have reeded, grooved, edges clean and consistent. Fakes often show seams, casting bubbles, or uneven edges. If your coin passes these tests, don't clean it, that could reduce its value. Instead, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade could turn your coin into a serious payday. 1995 was a unique year. South Africa was undergoing economic and production changes. New minting technologies, metal sourcing issues, and transitional dies meant more room for errors and anomalies. It's the kind of chaos that makes collectors very excited because rare errors tend to sneak through unnoticed. One coin enthusiast in Cape Town found a strange-looking 1995 5 Rand in a drawer. It had a weird gold-silver tone and felt lighter than normal. After getting it authenticated, it sold for just over $6,000 in a private sale. Not bad for a coin that could have ended up in a parking meter. So, what are you waiting for? Go check your change jars, glove compartments, old wallets, even that dusty piggy bank you haven't opened since high school. Your next vacation or investment could be hiding in plain sight. If you learned something today, give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to Rare Coin Archive for more rare coin alerts and tap that bell icon so you're always first to the treasure. Got a rare coin story? Share it in the comments, we might just feature your find in our next video. Until next time, stay curious, keep collecting. And remember, one coin can change everything. Welcome back to Rare Coin Archive, where spare change could turn into a fortune. Imagine this, a single 1999 South Africa 1 center coin, a piece of pocket change, selling for over $9,700. That's right, a coin most people wouldn't even bend down to pick up is now one of the most sought-after rarities in African numismatics. But what makes this 1999 South Africa 1 center so valuable? Why is this coin stirring up collectors around the world? And could you have one hidden in a jar at home? Stick with us. Because this isn't just a coin story, this is your potential payday. The South African 1 cent coin was part of the country's decimalization in 1961. It was small, bronze, and seemingly insignificant. By the 1990s, these coins were minted in the millions, used for bus fares, sweets, or just forgotten in dusty drawers. But in 1999, something unusual happened. A tiny number of 1 cent coins were struck with errors, the kind of errors that coin collectors dream about. On the surface, the coin looks ordinary. Reverse side, 2 sparrows perched on a branch designed with naturalistic detail. Obverse side, the South African coat of arms flanked by the country name in English and Afrikaans. But what hides in plain sight is the story of a wrong planchet, mint error, and flawless preservation. Let's break it down. Struck on the wrong planchet. One known specimen of the 1999 1 cent was struck on the wrong metal disc or planchet. Instead of the standard bronze, it was struck on a nickel or aluminum bronze planchet, possibly from another denomination. This makes the coin a mint error, and mint errors can skyrocket value, especially when they involve a full metal mismatch. Double die error, look closely with a magnifying glass. On some rare 1999 1 cents, the text and details appear doubled, a result of misaligned dies during striking. Collectors call this a double die error. It's extremely rare and highly desirable. High-grade preservation, the high-value version of this coin was found in mint state with no scratches, wear, or discoloration. It was graded MS66 or higher, meaning it's nearly perfect. For coins meant to be pocket change, that level of preservation is exceptional. Put these 3 elements together and you get a 1 cent coin worth over $9,700. Of course, when a coin sells for that kind of money, scammers aren't far behind. So let's arm you with some quick tools to spot a fake before you get fooled. Weight test. A normal 1999 1 cent coin weighs around 2 grams. Use a digital scale. Too heavy or too light? That's suspicious. Magnet test. Real 1 cent coins are not magnetic. If your coin sticks to a magnet, it's a fake or the wrong material entirely. Visual inspection. Look at the birds, the coat of arms, and the rim. Real coins have sharp, clean lines. Fakes often look blurry, uneven, or off-center. Color check. Authentic coins have a warm, even bronze tone. If your coin looks silver, gold, or unusually shiny, it might be a planchet error or just a replica. Edge examination. Genuine coins often have a smooth, uniform finish. Cast fakes may show bubbles, seams, or inconsistencies. Because 1999 was a transitional period in South African minting. The country was preparing to phase out lower denominations and switch materials due to cost and inflation. Transitional years often result in experimental planchets, repurposed dies, and inconsistencies, all perfect ingredients for rare coins. One collector in Cape Town reportedly discovered a rare 1999 1-cent coin tucked inside an old cigar box. It had a strange silver tone. After months of research and verification, it sold in a private collector's auction for $9,700. No hype, just a forgotten coin, a keen eye, and a little luck. So there you have it. The 1999 1-cent coin, a tiny slice of bronze that could change your life. From forgotten drawers to global auctions, it proves once again, no coin is too small to be valuable. If you learned something new, give this video a like, subscribe, and smash that bell icon so you never miss another hidden treasure. Got a rare coin story? Tell us in the comments, we'd love to feature it in a future video. Until next time, stay curious, keep collecting. And remember, one coin can change everything.